In the vast chronicles of ancient India, few figures stand as tall as Bhishm, the immortal warrior, the guardian of a dynasty, and the man whose vow shaped the destiny of an entire kingdom. This is his story, a tale of sacrifice, duty, and an unyielding commitment to honor. Bhishma's origins were anything but ordinary. He was born as Devavrat, the son of King Shantanu and the river goddess Ganga. From birth, he was groomed to rule Hastinapur, mastering warfare and diplomacy. Despite his bright future, fate had other plans. When King Shantanu fell in love with Satyavati, a fisherwoman, her father made an impossible demand: that only her descendants would inherit the throne. It was a demand that threatened the kingdom's stability. To ensure his father's peace of mind, Hastinapur's well-being, and to honor Satyavati's father's demands, Devavrat made a choice few could fathom. He renounced his claim to the throne and pledged lifelong devotion to serving whoever ruled Hastinapur. To ensure that his descendants would never challenge this pledge, he also vowed lifelong celibacy. This vow was no ordinary promise. It was Bhishma in its severity and selflessness. As a reward for this uncompromising pledge, his father King Shantanu granted him the boon of Ichamrityu, the power to choose the time of his death. It was this solemn vow that earned him the name Bhishma. His sacrifice would shape the future of Hastinapur. For generations, Bhishma devoted his life to protecting and guiding Hastinapur. After Shantanu's death, he guided Chitrangad and Vichitravirya, Satyavati's sons. Following Chitrangad's untimely death, he supported the inexperienced Vichitravirya until his reign ended. Bhishma became the kingdom's unwavering protector, ensuring its rulers upheld its legacy. Despite his vows and commitment to celibacy, Bhishma faced the challenge of finding suitable brides for his half-brother Vichitravirya. With no alliances formed for Vichitravirya's marriage, the stability of Hastinapur was at risk. Feeling insulted that Hastinapur wasn't invited to the Swayamvar of the Kashi princesses, Bhishma decided to take matters into his own hands. Single-handedly defeating all the princes present in the Swayamvar, Bhishma abducted the three princesses of Kashi, Amba, Ambika, and Ambalika, as brides for his brother. Amba, the eldest princess, revealed her love for King Shalv, who was one of the kings defeated by Bhishma at the Swayamvar. However, Shalv, still bitter from his defeat, rejected her. Betrayed by both men, Amba pleaded with Bhishma to marry her, but bound by his vow, he refused. Humiliated and enraged, Amba vowed revenge and performed severe penance, eventually receiving a boon from Lord Shiva to be reborn as the cause of Bhishma's death. Amba was reborn as Shikhandini, the daughter of King Drupad, and transformed into a man through the intervention of a Yaksh before the Kurukshetra war. In the Kurukshetra war, although Bhishma knew that true dharma lay with the Pandavas, the rightful heirs of Hastinapur, his unwavering vow to protect the throne of Hastinapur bound him to their cousins, Kauravas. Despite the turmoil within his heart, he honored his commitment and took on the weight of his promise, becoming the commander of Duryodhan, the eldest of Kaurav's forces, when the conflict commenced. For 9 days, Bhishma led the Kaurav army with unmatched skill, holding the Pandavas at bay. Despite his strength, his strict adherence to his principles made him vulnerable. He refused to fight anyone who had once been a woman. On the 10th day, the Pandavas with Lord Sri Krishna devised a strategy to exploit Bhishma's weakness, his vow. Shikhandi, the reincarnation of Amba, led the charge against Bhishma. Bound by his oath to never fight someone who had once been a woman, Bhishma lowered his weapons. Seeing the opportunity, Shikhandi and Arjun unleashed a barrage of arrows, each one striking Bhishma until the mighty warrior finally fell. Gravely wounded, Bhishma lay on a bed of arrows, his body pierced, but his resolve unshaken. Though the war raged on, He chose to remain alive, using his boon of Ichha Mrityu to postpone death until the sun entered the auspicious Uttarayan phase. As Bhishma lay on the battlefield in his final moments, pierced by arrows, but kept alive by his boon of Ichha Mrityu, the Pandavas sought his wisdom. Yudhishthir, struggling with the burden of ruling after the war, turned to Bhishma for guidance. He shared invaluable lessons on governance, leadership, and dharma. As the sun began its northward journey into the auspicious Uttarayan, Bhishma finally let go of his mortal coil. The great warrior, who had stood as the pillar of Hastinapur for generations, departed with dignity, leaving behind a legacy unmatched in sacrifice, wisdom, and devotion to duty.